Hi, I'm Tom and I work for The Entertainer, and today I'm going to be showing you how to do an inverted fishtail. You see I've got two designs on here. You can use whatever colours you like and whatever patterns you like, but these are just two examples. For this one I'm going to be using red, white and yellow, which represents my favourite team, Manchester United. I'll be using an S-clip to finish it off. I'll be using my metal hook, and I will be using the little finger loom. You can use a normal loom, but I find it easier doing this one on the little finger loom. So with the football season just around the corner, I'm going to show you how to make your loom bracelet so you can show which team you are supporting. The inverted fishtail is very similar to the normal fishtail, it's just a little slightly different technique to get it going. So whenever you start, choose your starting colour. So I'm going to go with red. So whenever doing a lot of the bracelets, you'll often hear sort of a figure eight or an infinity sign. What that means is basically doing a little figure of eight on the two pegs. The reason for that is that this then folds over to itself later on and causes a capping loom, which basically stops the whole loom from falling apart. So once I have the first one on, I will then take the next looms, place them on, so I have 3 in total. There you go. So once you have your 3, the beginning of this one is very similar to the fishtail. It's just after you've done these first 3 bands, you then switch to a different technique to get the unique pattern. So as with the fishtail, obviously in the back of this one, you've got the grooves to make it easier, so I can just simply unhook the very bottom one, so the very first one that you put on as a figure of 8, then unhook, and you can see it's hooked onto itself and has created a nice little finishing bit there. Obviously the first one is the only one you do as a figure of 8, all the rest you just place on as normal bands, and that's the same for the entire loom itself. So the next colour I'm going to put on is yellow bands. So I have one at the moment, 2 bands. I then place on a 3rd band. Once you have 3 bands on, you then unhook the very bottom one. So this bit is very similar to the fishtail, where you just got to simply unhook them and fold them round to the very top like that. So once again I have 2 bands, just push it down just a little bit. I'll then place on my next yellow band. So once again, I've got my 3, so then simply unhook the very bottom one there. Okay, so you can start to see it forming a bit of a pattern. What I tend to do at this point, which is completely optional, is you then get, if you get the bottom 2, and you then get your S-clip and simply hook it on. Reason for that is then you've then got something, so when you're going through you just need to give it just a bit of a tug, just keep it in place, and having the S-clip there is just something a bit easier to grip. This is the bit now which changes the design of how the fishtail comes out at the end. So what you need to do is you ignore the top band, you go underneath the second one, so you pull it out, then grab the very bottom band, you then pull it up through the top 2 bands so it hooks over the top. So if I show you on this side, so basically the bottom band needs to come between these top 2 bands here. So once again you go through, pull out the middle band, grab the bottom band, pull it through so it comes between the middle and the top band. And then just fold it so it goes on the top, and then just give it just a bit of a pull down. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm then going to add on another red. So how I'm doing it is doing 3 colours, so I've got the 2 colours there, 1 in the middle, so that's my 3. So then simply place my red one on the top again, and then continue to do what I did before. So ignore the top one, bring out the second one down, reach underneath, grab the smallest one, the lower one, pull it up so it goes between the top 2 bands, and bring it to the middle. Same again on the other side. So ignore the top one, go down, grab the bottom band, put up through middle ones, and then simply let it go, just making sure that the bands don't cross over. You start to see already that you start to take a slightly different pattern to what it has to begin with. So I'm going to continue on now doing this, so I'll explain it once more, how to get it. So place one on. Okay, so I'm back to my 3 bands, once again ignoring the top, going down to bottom one, pulling it up and through to the middle. Once again making sure that the bands themselves don't cross over each other, because you've got to make sure you keep them in the right order. Go through the middle, grab the bottom and pull up and place around the top. So, and there you go. You can start to see it now on the red one, where this pattern start to come through. Okay, so I'm going to continue on just a little bit. After I've done this next red, I'm going to do yellow, and then I'm going to add in the white one after that. Okay, so I'm coming to the end of my bracelet now. As you can sort of see, you can see the design all going on there. To get the ideal length, you simply just place it around your wrist to try and get it till it matches. I'm going to make mine just a bit shorter just so the video doesn't go on for too long. So now that I've moved on to the last one, so I've done the pattern all the way up here. Since I've started with the red, yellow to the white, I'm going to finish off with a white just so it loops all the way around in the same pattern. So if I finish it off, so I'll be finishing off with my last 3 whites. This white band is now the last band we place on. So once again, you just carry on doing what you've been doing. So you're now down to this part. So what you need to do to finish it off, you then just grab this bottom one out of the 2, fold it round, the other bottom one of the 2, fold it round, with a pull to keep it into place. You then bring your S-clip round, and you can then just simply hook it onto one peg, and then just hook the other side onto the other part, making sure that you're keeping the design in the middle of the 2. There you have it, an inverted fishtail. So what designs can you come up with to show your support of your football team? Upload your football team themed looms to our Facebook page to be in a chance to be featured on our website.